Welcome back to the 628 Dirt Rooster channel, where hobby beekeeping is a way of life. Today we're taking you up in the country to donate some of your money. A bunch of you have sent in funds to help people in need, and we have found a few more since that last one we did with Miss Jackson. And this is one of them that we did last week. A friend of mine, Kevin, and I did a cutout in their shed, donated labor, and we're going to donate some of your money to them as well. My SD card ran out before we got done with the job last time, so I really couldn't finish it, which was kind of good because I was able to take that honey, crush it and strain it, and then I had Elizabeth package it up real nice for them, and some of our jars and labels and safety seals and all that kind of thing. We're going to take that and give it to them this afternoon, and I'll take you along for that and just bless them, show them some love.
Oh goodness.
I got another one for you in the truck.
I don't need all that. You left your bonnet. Did you see it down there?
I see it now. It's a bonnet.
The bonnet, your bee bonnet. Oh, cool.
Well,
That is awesome.
I brought you a half a gallon. There's a quart. I got another one at the truck.
We lost one of them about 3 weeks ago. She died. And this one's, she's still looking for her.
Okay.
She keeps looking for Pepper, but
Pepper. What's that one's name?
Misty.
So,
Okay.
So
you.
I got a special gift for you from my viewers.
No.
They want to help feed you goats.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Call it payment for the honey. Call it whatever you want.
Oh my goodness.
Help with the expenses of the homestead.
Thank you. Yeah. Gotta feed my babies. Wow. Really great.
Well, that was it. I just wanted to show you a little love.
Oh, I thank you,
you for
Randy.
letting us
I
do your
really
job.
appreciate it. I really, you don't know how much I appreciate it, really, because it's got to the point where we just can't do anything. Jean's mostly bedridden, so the house is getting ready to fall apart. So
that was it for Miss Chris. I am thankful that we were able to help her and that you were able to be a part of that. Also, the video coming up is a kind of a long one, but if you are doing cutouts or intend to do cutouts, this is a good one to watch all the way through. There's tips all the way through. There's strategies all the way through it that I edited over 4 hours of footage to get this. So I cut out, a lot of the dead spots, but it's a long video. So if you really are interested in doing cutouts and you want to learn a few new things that you probably had never seen before, stick in there. I'm not going to line them all out for you. I've already spent 20 something hours editing. If you can't spend an hour on it, then you're not that interested. So appreciate you all, and we got more to come.
I hear him.
That was good.
Tough work you got today.
Got it right there. Yeah, we're in rural southern Mississippi today. Semi-rural. Me and Kevin going to do a cutout for an older couple who's having a little bit of trouble. The husband's had a stroke. His little workshop's got bees, and we're going to go take care of it for him and bless them with a free removal. Kevin actually had one lined up for us today.
Trying.
Old man with bees in an RV, but the guy wasn't responding too much, and it's over 3 hour round trip for me, so we decided to try to catch him another day. I've been looking at this one for about a month now and just waiting to get a free moment to get to it. Stuff like this. And the craft will pop up. On my back. Yeah, I was thinking I remembered the shed door being missing, but it's just standing wide open. You haven't seen them in 3 or 4 weeks?
I haven't been in there, to do too much, but I haven't seen a lot of activity.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
They're either gone or settled in real good.
Hopefully they're settled in real good. Because I see one right there. Kevin, you want to grab a flare off the floorboard of the truck?
Careful going up and down that ramp. It's about ready to give in.
I hear them.
It's got a cabinet and on casters. It should move.
I hear them. We're still good. We're still good.
It's still good, huh?
We're still good.
Okay.
Yeah, hey,
Good luck.
look back.
Yeah, they were all poking through the.
Well, there's a bunch of them just sitting there on the.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, what is he gonna do with all his tools now that he's?
Say what now?
What's he gonna do with all his tools now that he's not getting out here anymore?
I don't know. He won't. He won't quit. I mean, he won't say he's done. I don't think he can. He thinks he can. He's got a different,
Yeah.
He hasn't
Well,
given up yet.
let him do until he just can't do no more.
Yeah. The only problem is that he's gonna hurt himself trying to do. That's my issue.
Well, we're fixing to roll this stuff out of the way and open this wall up.
All right. Hang this up.
And you are.
Aunt May, I can't convince him to put stuff away when he finishes with it.
Well, what's the sense in putting it away? He might need it again.
Yeah. Well, that's right.
Are you all right being on video?
Yeah.
So here's what we've got is this pegboard, which is kind of interesting because they usually like a solid closed up surface. And it may have been when they got in here because you can see this pegboard over an probably an R3 board or something. And they've chewed all that out and they're now coming through. Make sure we're not going to turn over something expensive.
Well, I'm going to go
It's on casters, but
and do my thing.
all right.
I'll let you do your thing.
All right, we're gonna do
Good
our
luck.
thing. You can come check us out anytime you want. Ooh, you got a big termite problem in here.
We've probably got a lot of stuff. Snakes and rats. I had to kill a rat in the house the other day.
Oh no.
That wasn't fun. They were tearing up my cabinets.
I'm gonna move this over here if you don't mind.
Nope, I'm going.
You wanna,
Go
we'll put it right
Just
here.
be careful going in and out on this ramp.
Okay, we will.
Thank you.
I'm ready to die.
We're gonna get a FLIR image on this thing. I should have brought a fan. There's a fan right over there. I wonder if it works.
I think it's up there, right here. I think there's a.
Try that switch there. Nothing.
He's got a
Oh, no,
switch
there's a switch
somewhere.
on it. Where's the switch for this fan?
That one works over there.
That fan works perfect.
You turn that that switch there. That's ready.
Try it again. Loud fan.
I thought it was the fan to begin with. Whoa. Woo, yeah, man.
Point it that way.
That's like air conditioning. Either way, it's fine. Nah, it's fine. Point it that way.
I just didn't want all the dust to get you.
Looks like a good size colony. Almost all the way down. They're propylizing the holes.
That's crazy.
Anyway, there's bees flying over here.
They've got it propylized all the way. Yeah. So they're turning this pegboard into a solid panel. 2 screws holding it. It felt like it's screwed in, but I think it's just the propolis holding it.
Right here and right there. That's it.
Yeah. I think it's just propolis holding it. Let's see if we can pull it off of here without breaking the hive loose. It's hanging on back there a little bit.
So the comb's actually attached to this?
Yeah. I wonder why the air conditioner's not working. Could it be the snake or the skin stuck to it? That's nasty. That's freaking nasty. I think we got it off.
Sure do.
Let's flip it around. Show the camera. Look at that. Well, that's rather impressive that they chewed out all that foil and insulation. That hive is about, let's see, that's probably 6 foot right there. And it comes down to down within about 1.5 feet of the floor. This is a foil wrap hive.
That's your name of it. 10-4 hive.
Maybe last year, but
You just go by how dark it is, not by how big it is.
yeah, it hadn't been in there long. Once we get in there and see the color of the back brood combs, which really pretty much that's it. It's probably early spring from this year. We're in August, just for the sake of video. We're at the end of August. Now nobody ever comes in this shed anymore, so they don't know for sure how long they've been in here. So you can save combs like this if you want to band them up, but you're just actually inviting problems. And this right here would just go straight in the melter, pick the foil off of it. It's empty, clean wax pretty much. Any of this has got brood in it. I wouldn't try to save it for a few reasons. We're in a dearth, and you're going to invite robbing when the bees are trying to reestablish. So I'll run them off, and you can see the brood combs right here. We're late in the season. The brood's getting a little more sparse, a little spotty. There's not a ton of brood in here anyway. As we get in it, we'll see a little more solid brood pattern that's kind of hidden back in the back. But you're not really saving that much, and you're causing yourself problems later on. So as the bees build this out and try to fill a frame, they'll never fill it completely, and then you got 2 or 3 sections in a single frame that are just kind of stitched together a little bit, and maybe not tied together all the way at the top and bottom. And if you can see the curvature of that, it'll never straighten out. So now you got wonky comb all over the place that is going to bridge comb, cross comb all through your hive, and then you're going to have trouble getting your frames out when you go to do an inspection or anything. So it's easier just to throw this stuff in the melter, refine it, and start them out on some freshly waxed foundations. It doesn't have to necessarily be super heavily waxed, but it needs to be fresh wax.
If you're gonna keep it, you keep
Mostly cat brood. Any open brood's going to dry out. So now you've created more work for them. They're having to drag out pupa and eggs, and they're having to clean cells.
Did you try it?
Yeah.
Did it work? No.
No, but
So you don't have high hopes for this thing, huh?
well, that don't mean yours ain't gonna work.
We'll see. I'm out like $40. If it don't care.
You still got your bucket head.
Yeah, I got a bucket head. Is that better, or is this better, you think?
Smaller. Well, to start with, you can use the bigger one, but you're going to want to play with your valve anyway. Regulate your vac and see where you want to be with either of those tips.
like it ain't gonna work.
It might work. It's gonna pull some in. So the smaller the chip, the more vac pressure you're gonna have at the chip, but it's gonna take longer just because it's so.
One bee at a time.
Yeah. Open it up. Use the bigger chip and see what it does. Is it pulling them in? No. It ain't got enough back pressure.
I could take some tape off from inside that.
What's up, son?
That worked okay, huh?
No, I didn't do it. It's fine right there.
Yep. Unless they're all mushing. Yeah, maybe my bees are mean. I probably couldn't do this to mine without getting stung.
Let me get a video with your phone while you're doing it. Now, the less I have on two different cameras, the less time I have to try to line them up. Just trying to see where the best vantage point to sit this where it's out of the way, but still. First thing I would do is start trashing the bottom. If it don't have any honey in it, just so you get
you want to pull the trash off first, or do you just tear? Or do you want to just grab the?
We can get all that out when we refine it.
You don't know.
We'll sack that up separate. So here's where it starts getting messy, is when you start trying to separate honeycombs out, which is why when your customer says, I want to keep the honey, price just went up. Price just went up. Now you're going to spend time running bees off of it, separating it out for them.
And you just throw it in a trash bag for them, like that, usually?
What I usually do is tell them to go to the kitchen and bring me some containers, and they usually come back with something this big. And I'm like, no, bring me a 12-quart pot.
Yeah.
I don't know. They will bring me whatever the biggest thing you got, and they'll bring that, and I'll put 2 pieces in, and they go, oh, that's plenty.
That's plenty.
Most of them will. Some of them want all of it though. So when you're vacuuming and you're kind of done with the bulk of them, just let them rest, because they're running. And so look at them now. You get time to come back out, and then you get them again.
As I was up here, and I worked down. By the time I got back up, it seemed to work pretty good on this hive.
Yeah,
how big it was.
When you get to a point where you've kind of got everything cleared up that you can reach, and you're hitting 1 and 2, just leave them alone.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's why you were like, yeah, that's good.
Uh-oh.
1.
You're christened.
All right. My first thing with the bee man. With the rooster.
The bee man.
You're the bee
Like
man.
the lady at the convenience store. Hey, bee man.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Bee man. Whatever she said.
I know you from Facebook or TikTube or something.
Yeah, TikTok.
You don't throw this in there, do you?
Nah, just shake them off.
Shake them.
With your right hand, flick them with your fingernails. With the back of your fingernails. There you go, just like that.
She's just saying hi.
Yeah.
I hope.
They got bruise on the back side of it.
Yep. My bad. You want it in there then?
Yeah, so there's 2 ways you can do that. You can fillet it, or you can put it in your melting bucket. So on this one, we'll just go ahead and put it in the melting bucket. There's plenty of honey up top. But you can fillet it just like a fish.
Okay.
And slide down the center, the backbone, I guess it would be, of the comb.
Yeah.
Slice the top of it off if you're really trying to save a lot of honey. You got some really special good stuff. fillet.
Yeah.
So on that one, what I would do is shave the honey off it like that. But I would probably vacuum it if I was going, or start flicking, one or the other. Flick them while you got it, while you're not having a one hand this long piece of honeycomb.
So flip them off now.
Now this also is going to, right, that's what I was going to say. Now you're going to have to determine how mean they are.
Oh, yeah.
Or how comfortable you are doing this.
I'm alright with it until they get me in the eyeball or the lips. A bunch of honey in there, huh?
Yeah. Good looking stuff. Did you taste it?
Not yet.
Taste the bottom and then taste the top and see if it's any different.
That's better.
There is a 5-in-1 laid here if that's easier for you.
Is it? Do you find it easier?
On short stuff like this. It's got a cutting edge on it right here.
She's that edge.
Yeah, it's flat.
Lots of pollen in there too. Yeah, color pollen.
Yeah. I try not to get much pollen in there because if I'm saving honey, I try not to get much pollen in there because it's going to make your honey gritty. Especially crushing and straining.
Take that right there.
Yeah, I'll probably cut all that off. Yeah, cut that trash off.
Probably kills you to watch people do this that don't know what they're doing, huh? You're like, come on,
No,
cut right there.
no, but I'm
Yeah.
the kind that if you ask me to show you how to do something, I'm probably gonna do it
Yeah.
anyway. And you'll be like, okay, I hope you were watching. I'm so used to being hands-on. I'm like, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Me and Pete did a job with a movie star over in Ocean Springs. He played in Dazed and Confused and a bunch of other movies with Jason London.
I'm not a big TV guy, but I've seen Dazed and Confused.
So he was Pink Floyd and Dazed and Confused. So we did a job at his place. We did 5 jobs at his place, and I had some pretty good video of me and him clowning and talking movie stuff. So Yappy was doing a job in Alabama somewhere on a movie set with Matthew McConaughey, and Yappy was their bee guy, their safety guy for handling bees.
Huh.
And I said, I'm gonna send you a picture of Jason London. I know McConaughey hadn't seen him in a long time. See if he recognizes him. So I go through my video library in the hard drive, and I find that footage, and it's a really, really good interaction between me and him.
Yeah.
But there's a finger in half the footage. And I'm like,
We were so close.
I was so mad. I'm like, that's been years ago. I thought I had some good footage that I might use eventually, but nope.
Huh. That's funny. So, you'd probably have cut that off before you cut the whole piece off, huh?
Sometimes I pull it out and just cut it as I pull it out.
Oh, well, hell, half of it's
Yeah, how much honey on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, one definitely crawled up my pant leg. Got me in the leg.
Today?
Yeah, just now.
Oh.
I was like, thought I felt something in there.
That's why you wear shorts.
I was like, dude, how do you wear shorts?
They don't crawl up your pants leg.
If they do, they're not up your pants leg, they're up your leg and you can see them.
Yeah.
It sure is cool. So, in a house, you'd have plastic or something down here, right?
I would. I'd have it taped to the baseboard or the bottom of the wall so it's not running into the floor. It'd be under my feet would be the paperback plastic.
Yeah.
And on the walls it would just be plastic. It's in the truck. I'll show it to you. I'll show you exactly what I buy.
You expect the queen and stuff to be up there, right?
Yeah. She would naturally be hanging out in that brood comb where you're at, but when we started cutting, she started running.
Yeah. That's a good piece there.
Yeah.
So you got a press or something you just put this in? Just squish it all out?
Put my hand into a paint strainer or into a colander or something.
Okay.
Let it drip overnight.
All right.
Over a 5-gallon bucket or over a cooking pot.
Yeah.
And then let it drip overnight. It's drying it down a little more in the air conditioner. And
This is perfect right here, dude. This is the back strap.
Yeah.
Man, that's good right
The
there.
beautiful back strap.
That's like 3 pounds. That's bigger than a South Mississippi back strap.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, South Mississippi deer like dogs. Not very big.
So start back up here, and should I? It doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, you can work up one side. It's easier if you go all the way to the top on one side,
Okay.
or close to it. That way you got time. That way you got room to work into our hive.
So take one whole edge off.
Yeah. And, I mean, if you work left to right or right to left, depending on the way the combs are laid, because they're not always going to be laid over like this. Sometimes they're going to be straight on. Sometimes they're going to be the other way. Sometimes they're going to be. If you pick the top side and just kind of go in layer at a time, it's easier that way.
Good, girl. I don't know if she was stuck in my hair or trying to get me. One or the other. She's gone now. Alright, so now you got like,
You can just take the knife, do this number, and then start sealing it off. A lot of this is kind of surgical work, and people think you're just gonna get in there and rip and go, and you really just gotta take your time.
yeah.
Can't get in a big hurry.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know how.
The bigger of a hurry you're in, the more you're gonna get stung, and the bigger a mess you're gonna make. You don't know how
how fast you want to work right now. You know.
Oh, you're fine. You're working at a good pace. I would probably be at a faster pace, but it's only because of experience, not because that's the right thing to do.
If I'm holding you up,
You're not holding
get
me
in
up.
here and take over.
You're not holding me up. We saved 3 hours of driving coming here, or I did.
It's about an hour for me to get up there. So that's what that guy. I don't
Same
know.
distance either way.
I don't know if that guy understands that. Like, we can't waste the whole day to go up there without confirmation that we're still good to go. You know.
So with this right here, my method is I would cut through, cut this, slide my hand back in here, and just stand it up.
Way up here.
Yeah.
Just cut the top off. Just getting rid of all the root.
Yeah.
Get in there.
And then I'd work my glove hand in behind it, or my non-glove hand, however I was working. Now you can either 501 down the back of it, just cut it off. Or you can run it at the bottom underneath of it. Or
Not that
so, well, you want to flip it over to this bevel one way. Bevel. There you go. So now that's what you're cutting out. But if you're pulling that many bees off, you're either going to want to vacuum when you pull it off, or you're going to flip it over and look for the queen, or whatever. But that would be my first thing. Would be open that up and look for the queen. But you don't even really have to cut it. You can just grab it right now. You can probably wiggle it a little bit and it'll probably break off of the board. Depending on how tough the comb is. There it is.
Pretty soft. Big slab, man. We got that in on honey.
Yeah, no. So you can shake them off or vacuum them.
You don't see no queen, do you?
Cut it more into the honey and not into the dry.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm bad at that, huh? Because I want to like get all the honey,
Yeah,
and you're like, screw
yeah,
that. I don't want any of the other
I
stuff.
don't want any druid in it. Yeah, I'd rather lose a little honey than have to go through later and pick out brood or pollen cells.
It's amazing what that glove does, huh?
It's not that they can't sting through it, they just don't care to.
Somehow I still have bees in my roof.
Just fold it over, look for the queen.
Oh, see, that don't mean she's in there.
Yeah, it's in.
You want me to cut it like right here so we can keep this honey in there?
I'm over here.
Huh?
Oh, you're in. That's good.
Tough work you got today.
Cut it right there. You got her?
I think so. Did you see?
Oh no, there's an arm in the way.
This is the end of the brood, ain't it? Mostly?
Yeah, it looks like we're getting into pollen. But she's running and hiding. She's not on the brood.
That's what I was worried about doing that. Tell me, correct me if I'm wrong. Doing that travel trailer. When she cut into that.
Yeah.
Where are they gonna go?
Thankfully, in here, anywhere they go, we can find them.
Not the face, girl. Did you see the problem in my beard?
She's
in my beard.
I missed them. That was the last of the brood. Now you can watch, see where they're going, see how they're acting.
They're gonna try to get the queen, won't they?
She's probably still hiding under cones. So I'm glad you're with me on this one because now you can kind of gauge how much time it's going to take if you want to save honey.
Yeah.
So if somebody asks you, can I have the honey? Now you know. They just cost me another hour.
At least. And for me, just being with you on this to know, like, you don't have to be perfect with it.
You don't have to save every drop.
And like as much as you watch these videos and people like you and they're like, it's gonna be a messy job. You don't know that until you're in it. You're like, yeah, it's a messy job.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's not a big deal. It's just like hard to understand how messy it can get. Now, and we're in a freaking shed. If I was in somebody's house with carpet and all that stuff, that's why I'd be very nervous about.
You're not going home clean on any of these jobs.
I would probably spend 45 minutes setting it up. inside of a nice house.
We do sometimes. Yeah. We do. So we'll mask your bottom layer because you're gonna overlap. Honey runs downhill, of course. You're gonna overlap, so you don't want anything on your wall underlapping what's on the floor. So floor first, then the wall. But when you get on the wall, we use a 2-inch painter's tape. We usually double layer that, then our plastic, and then double layer over the top of that because that tape, depending on the paint, sometimes that tape will release. And you're halfway through your job and your plastic's falling down.
Yeah, and then honey's behind your plastic.
And then honey's all over the wall, and now you can't get tape stick to the wall because you get a honey streak down the wall. So floor, then the wall, depending on what you got going on.
And the shingle it goes.
Pretty much. You want it back some more?
I was thinking that, right? With all the bees that are out.
It just occurred to me you don't have anything in that bucket for them to hang out on. An empty bucket?
They're dying. They all dying? What's it supposed to be in there?
Anything. A coil of wire or anything for them to get up off. So they're not just
piled on the ground.
They'll suffocate.
What do I do with
So
That's why there was the. That's why you had chicken wire in yours. I saw that.
well, let's leave that running for a minute. Bump them down, well, once you figure out if it'll fit.
Get close, won't it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little tight.
What you think?
I think break the middle up. Yep, up the other way. The other up.
Oh, I figured it just. Oh, I see what you mean.
If it'll fit, because I think that's too high.
Gotta be that. Might put some tape in there.
Some tape.
Almost could just throw this in there and let it lean on both sides.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Is it? Yeah.
Is that enough, you reckon?
I think so. It's better than nothing. Here, give me the wood. You bang it down, snatch the lid off, and I'll throw this in there. Bang it
Yeah,
down.
I'm just gonna get it popped.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I'm not fighting it. Trying to...
I was like, bang it down, you're going to be in here by yourself.
Alright, you ready?
Go ahead.
What you think?
Better than nothing.
Alright.
They look healthy.
Alright.
So we're testing out this new homespun vacuum cleaner. Everything is going good.
You don't drop your camera?
Everything's going good until we drop the camera. We're training my replacement.
A lot of training. How many years you got? Save you some money, you know, on these free jobs and free training lessons.
I got 2 more boxes of these at home.
So you get a big size of, or how thick are they?
5 mil.
I think I've got the extra large ones from Harbor Freight that are 9 mil. I think they're bigger than these. You ought to try that since you love Harbor Freight so much.
You can come look.
These are gonna get me.
No, they won't get you.
Like that. They won't get you.
No.
Not too bad. They won't get you too bad.
That's a big booger, huh?
It is.
Got a lot of honey?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good, I guess.
Yeah. Makes it messy, but that's good.
Okay. Just checking, see how you were doing.
We're about halfway through.
About halfway? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely doing something different, ain't you?
Yeah, they're starting to move, so the queen is on the move or something. When they start moving like that, you just stand back and watch and see if she shows up. If they settle down, just start vacuuming clusters.
Back of the neck.
Start making noises. I got to video you.
Yeah. I mean, ow.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll probably get her as soon as we get all the way back there, huh?
You want to vac some more and then cut that bottom honey off?
Okay.
Methodically working up into a corner or up into where you think you might corral her. But always looking for her because you never know for sure where she's gonna be.
This is gonna be a good one.
Gonna be some strap. Yeah. That is a good one.
Pretty, pretty. Well, we definitely corralled all the hive beetles in here.
She's not normally going to be where they are.
Where the hive beetles are?
Yeah.
Made some good looking honey.
Hive beetle on it. Hey. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations?
Don't get an ASUS.
Don't get a what? An ASUS?
Don't get an ASUS.
ASUS.
ASUS. ASUS.
ASUS. ASUS.
Don't get that.
Okay, he was showing me on HP. And what was the other name that you said? Lenovo? Do you know anything like that?
I wouldn't get one of those. I don't know enough about them.
Okay, HP.
HP's okay.
Okay. Alright. I just thought I'd call you and ask before I make the decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, specific computers without looking at them and seeing what there is to them. You can always take it back. You got 60 days to take it back or something like that.
Okay. I'm using your number.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Love you.
Love you, bye.
Man, we couldn't have picked a better day. It's almost like winter.
Yeah. Almost. Except for I'm sweating, but I sweat in the winter too.
Me too.
I'm just thankful this fan was there because I meant to bring a fan over.
I did too.
We would have been dying if we had that fan in here.
And I didn't even think about it for going to do the travel trailer. We definitely would have died at the travel trailer. Worried about heat or
We got 9% battery left.
you telling me to hurry?
No, I'm fixing that to change the battery out. That little cluster. I don't normally take a whole lot of time looking for the queen. I just suck them all up.
Okay.
But you want to see the queen. So
I don't care.
Well,
I mean,
it'd be nice to see her.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
So you can vacuum a little bit at a time if you want to do that, or however you want to do.
But from here, you wouldn't keep with the comb. You would either suck them up or
vacuum.
Okay. I'm just trying to learn how you do it, man. You're the
Well, my process is going to be different than somebody's need fees or wants to save a queen or whatever. Because I'm getting them to go. She made it great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I end up able to do any of this for money, my process is going to be your process.
Yeah.
So,
My process is get in there, make it as profitable as possible, which means faster. Faster the better.
And
But
you get the queen in a hive, you can sell it.
But I don't charge by the hour because a lot of times I would have been done with this by now, but not a whole lot quicker because a lot of times I'll just let them rest.
Yeah.
I'll go sit and drink a Coke, let them rest, let them cluster up because I'm gonna be coming back. I'm gonna be back in here looking at little piles and cleaning this stuff up. I'll clean this stuff up and vacuum some more up there and poke around. But I want to give the foragers time to come back. I want to give that bunch that's outside time to decide to come in. And while we're in here working, they're just going to kind of stay out there.
We need to get it done, and we need to kind of back off and let them get in here.
Yeah, if we left and went and grabbed something to eat or something and came back, they'd probably all be piled up in the corner somewhere. So right now, I would probably cut that last long piece of comb off. Is what I would do, and then because that overlaying piece has so many bees piled up on the edge of it, I would probably back some more.
Is it weird that I cut it at an angle? I don't know why I do that.
No, I cut them at an angle sometimes on purpose because if I want to direct the drip.
Yeah. Okay.
Because anything like that you cut is going to drip. And if you can control where it drips, if you cut it at a sharp angle, you can point it downhill and make it drip where you want it to drip. The ball.
What is that?
It's that that comb that I crushed up.
Now we want to vacuum a little bit.
Probably not. They probably just built it with a header like that. Is there attic access over there? Pop sheetrock off of it and see what it looks like. It's probably not. If you get up in the attic and pull the insulation back away from the framing, and there's continuous framing over that bedroom wall, then I wouldn't worry about the closet.
Yeah. Okay.
As long long as there's not a break in the framing somewhere. I mean, it's only, that closet, that bathroom's only 6 foot wide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's a continuous framing over that and over the wall to Tyson's bedroom, you're good. My daughter and my wife are much alike.
Yeah.
You can turn them loose with some tools. They tell them what you're gonna find when you come home.
That sounds like she's taking apart half the house.
Yeah. Jeez.
Is this wall load bearing? We'll hit it and find out.
I'm gonna cut it loose, see if the ceiling sags.
That's funny. Hey, at least she's working on it. She ain't just waiting for somebody to come do it for her.
She is very much self-sufficient in that regard.
Yeah. Well, we either sucked her up, killed her, or she's back here, right?
I'd be careful cutting behind the combs too fast, just in case she's hiding on the edge somewhere.
Just too fast?
No. You want to give the bee time to move out of the way. If they feel pressure, they'll move out of the way. But if you cut them faster than you block them up in a spot, and she crushes them.
Nope. Don't do it. We made it this far, girls. Come on.
You got about 8 of them on your back.
I know. I got it back there. I'm okay with them back there. I'm not okay with them on my face.
They just maybe cleaning themselves up.
Probably needs them full of honey.
They're getting that getting that salt water, getting that sweat. That's where she is. There she is. Where? She's walking back over the top. See her? Oh, did you drop her?
Sure did. I had her. Is that her?
I don't know. I didn't see where she landed. I don't think that's her. Can't answer the phone right now. Oh, it's Mr. Ed.
Oh, of course. Answer. Tell them how stupid you are. Stupid kid just dropped the queen.
Dude,
Are you doing a cutout?
man, we're in the middle of a big cutout. And we just found the queen. And and she's laying in a pile of honey and mess on the floor somewhere.
Oh no, she's in the honey.
She is
I
now.
don't know. She's somewhere. We're looking. We're searching.
All right, we'll give you a call later.
Well, you done messed me up now. I gotta take the call now.
Hey, did you talk with Chris or Cayman?
Which Chris?
Chris, from the one who's number 2 on the Cayman.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, ECP Chris? That's a drone.
Is that a drone or?
Yeah, it's a drone. I didn't know if you meant ECP Chris or Chris Kinzer or Chris Medeiros.
Sure, yeah, Madeira. That's it, Madeira. I got to do a video on the expo.
Okay. Here.
And then he didn't say, I'm not speaking, but I might be on a panel. That's
Yeah.
all he told me.
Yeah.
But I'm not speaking. And I don't care about sitting on a panel. You don't have to prepare for that.
That's a big.
Thought you were gonna let him taste Monster.
That's good, honey.
Yeah.
Well, all right. You've made it this far. You might as well stick in for a good story. One of our viewers, Nick Worsham, saw in an older video that I had commented that I don't do outros well. So consequently, a lot of my videos end with photography or coastal scene videography or sunset something. And that's just I like that. I find it interesting, but it was more of a way to soften the end of an abrupt ended video with really no good outro. So he said, why don't you try answering viewer questions at the end of your video? And I was like, it's not a bad idea. Let's try that for one or two. So one of his questions was, what's the best cutout you ever did? I don't know that I have a best cutout, but I have a lot of good ones that really stand out to me because of some kind of interaction or some odd situation or something. So the one I'm going to share with you today involves yet another celebrity. We already had one in the video with Jason London. Now we're going to talk about Patty Bannister. She was a local celebrity artist, P-A-T-T-I Bannister, if you want to look her up. And she had passed away. The house was in an estate, and the executor of the estate contacted me and said, hey, we've got bees in this house. Sorry about the light change. The sun's in and out of the clouds. And we're trying to get this house sold. And the bees are in it, and we got to get them gone. So can you do something about it? So I go take a look. It's a high pitch, like 10, 12 pitch, high roof, high ceiling, open, exposed beam frame, and just a beautiful house. It's not a mansion, but it's a gorgeous house. But it had been sitting vacant for a number of years and had kind of gone into a state of disrepair. And so probably $150,000 to put the thing back in shape, which absolutely probably happened because it was well worth fixing. But I go out to look at it, and of course, it's got bees up in the very peak of this 25-foot vault on the back of a chimney. And then it's got another hive out on the back porch, which is also exposed beam, open frame porch. Beautiful, but kind of high, but I can get to it from a ladder. And so I told the guy, I said, this one inside is one I'd like to tackle first, but I've got to have scaffold set up. So you're going to have to get a scaffold contractor to come in here and build scaffold for me to get to this one. It's too high to do off a ladder, and it's too dangerous to be doing off a ladder. Let me get that done, and I'll call you when we're ready. So I enlisted the help, because I don't do heights a whole lot. I enlisted the help of a friend. Well, he wasn't a friend at the time. An acquaintance. I knew his family for a long time. But more importantly, I knew he had bees, and he also was a builder. He had a lot of experience with framing and roofing and stuff like that, so I knew he was good with heights. And he knew what he was doing with construction. So got his help and agreed to meet him at a shopping center so he could follow me into this place. This is back before map programs and smartphones and stuff. And so we meet at this shopping center, and this guy's an odd duck, and I knew it to begin with, but some of his ways came out in this thing. So I'll give you a little example of how kind of different he is for, I don't know, almost 10 years, he walked around with a Yorkie on his shoulder everywhere he went. Little dog. Home Depot, restaurants, wherever he went, there's a little dog sitting on his shoulder like a parrot. He's a little different. He's different. So I met him at the shopping center. He's dumpster diving when I get there. And I was like, hey, man, you ready to go? We got to get on this job. They're waiting on us. Yeah, let me finish getting this. So he's getting galvanized pipe or something out of the dumpster. So I sit there and wait on him to finish dumpster diving. And before he gets in the truck, I said, I'm videoing this job, right? Yeah. So you good with that? Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. You just can't use my real name. I said, okay, well, what should I call you? So he gives me some, and I can't remember. I wish I could remember what it was. It wasn't Bigfoot, but it was something along those lines. I was like, whatever, man, let's go. So we get on the job, and I said, if you don't mind me asking, what's the deal about not using your name? I said, I can use your face, but what's not your name? But what's the deal with that? He said, well, the government, and I'm a prepper, and I didn't know what a prepper was, and I was like, all right, man, it don't make any sense to me, but okay. So, come to find out, later find out what a prepper was. I'm like, we're on the coast. Everybody that lives in hurricane territory is a prepper. It doesn't make any sense to be hiding. But and he's not a wanted man. But we get on the job and we're doing this first high job on that scaffold. He's up top, I'm down on the bottom. We're running stuff back and forth in buckets with ropes. And, we run a rope over the top of the scaffold. I'm pulling buckets up and lowering buckets down and tools up, comb down. And it wasn't an easy job, and it was a decent sized hive. So it took us, we were close to lunch when we finished this thing. But when we got done, I'm sending up insulation. I'm like, just pack everything you can, pack it tight. And he's like, that hole they were getting in, I can't really get to it to seal it real good from the inside. I said, well, that's all right, because all we got to do is pack around it. If we pack around it and we don't give them room to grow, they won't ever come back again. Well, I felt like I need to get it sealed. And I said, well, that'd be best, but we can't do it from the inside. The thing was, the caulk gun wouldn't fit in there far enough, and he couldn't get caulk on his hand and get his hand up in there far enough to seal it. So I said, just pack it with insulation. It'd be fine. Well, I feel like we need to go outside. And I was like, man, we're not getting on the roof. Well, I've been doing roofing all my life. I know what I'm doing. I was like, all right, whatever. If you feel like that's what it needs, let's do it. So we get out there, and I set up a ladder right below where I know he's going to be working. And I said, for my peace of mind, let's tie off. I got some 3/8 rope in the truck. Let's tie. So he ties this piece of 3/8 rope around his waist. I tie the other end around my waist. And I had measured it out so he couldn't go too far over the back of the roof. I gave him some room to work, but I said, man, I'm telling you now, you get up there and slip, I'm going to snatch your little behind back over that ridge, because I can't have you falling off the back. The backside was 20-something foot drop from the edge, from the eave. The front was only about 12. I said, I'm going to snatch your little behind back over that ridge if I think you're slipping. So he gets up there and gets this done. He had to walk on the screw heads to get up there because it's so steep. And he's coming back down, and his hands start burning. We're at noontime, and it's a metal roof with the sun on it. And he said, man, my hands are burning. I can't come back down. So I'm taking off my shirt, throwing him shirts and rags, and had a rag in my pocket. He said, I get that stuff to him, and he covers his hands up, and he comes back down the roof. By this time, my nerves are shot, because it's only a 10-12 pitch, but I'm leaning back on this ladder looking up, and I feel like I'm looking straight up in the air. I mean, it's making me a little dizzy, and it's just shooting my nerves. He comes back down, his hands are a little burnt, my nerves are shot. We kind of been at each other, because we didn't click. We weren't kindred spirits in this. And so I'm like, man, that was just stupid. I was mad. He's mad. And I was like, do you even want to do this back one today? Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it done. And so the back one was going to be all me. He was just going to be the ground man, frame and comb. He had already done the top one. I was going to do the back one. So we go back there, and I cut it open, and I cut a little piece open. I cut some more open. I cut some more open. This thing keeps going. It is absolutely a massive hive. It's one of the biggest I've ever done. It's on 16-inch center rafters, and I think they were 2x8s. And from what I can see, it's 10 feet. So 10 feet over the porch. What I couldn't see was it went another 4 feet inside the structure. So it's a 14-foot long or so hive in the porch ceiling out there. And so this thing was on YouTube at some point, and then way back, it's been over 10 years ago, but way back, those people posting that if you had underperforming videos, they hurt your channel growth. And so I deleted like 40 videos off my channel. I didn't even check to see if they were any good or not. I just get rid of them. Back then, I didn't keep the raw footage on them, so it's just gone. So some of you may have seen it. It's been a decade ago, but so I opened this thing up, and it's huge. He's drooling over all the honey, and I'm just like, this is awesome. This is incredible. I'm not getting any of it, but it's still incredible to see. And so I start cutting combs. I'm cutting at the bottom, starting at the bottom, working my way up, and it's just raining honey on it. I'm cutting combs, handing it to him. This is after a flow, so it's honey loaded from that season, and it had stores from previous seasons that it didn't go through. Bees through the whole thing, and so I'm smoking bees off, cutting combs out, vacuuming, smoking, vacuuming, and I mean, we're at this thing for forever. We started on it somewhere around lunchtime. We didn't finish it until sunset, but we're getting into it pretty deep. We were 5 buckets of cut comb deep, and honey's just on the ladder, me, everything. And I said, man, I gotta figure out something else. So I got down, we hosed off the porch, the ladder, everything, and I went to the store and got one of those kiddie swimming pools, one of those little 6-foot wading pools. I came back and slid it under the back feet of the ladder, and so it could be right there and catch all this honey that's ran down instead of it running all over the porch, and everybody that walked through is tracking honey everywhere. And so I'm getting in, cutting out brood combs, and I think I had most of the brood comb out, and I'm up and down the ladder, taking out brood combs, helping him, showing him how to frame it, showing him how to place it. I mean, it's a lot of work. There's 2 ladies inside cleaning this whole time, and one of them is the one who had got my information and got the company in touch with me. And she comes out with 2 little like Rubbermaid sandwich containers and goes, "Hey, do you mind if we have some of this honey?" And I was like, "Hey, sure, no problem, absolutely." So I get up there and cut her some nice pieces of comb honey and fit them in there real clean and snap the lids back on and hand her to her. And it's 1.5 pounds of honey max. I mean, it's nothing, because there's hundreds of pounds of honey. And so immediately I noticed an attitude change in him, and I was like, dude, what's up with you? Because he's starting to get real snappy with me. What's up with you? He says, "You're giving away my honey," and to be fair, the deal was he gets the honey and the bees, I get the money. So I'm giving away his honey without asking. I should have asked permission, but I didn't think about it. I just see these 2 ladies who have gotten us this work, which is what I said to him. I said, dude, you need to straighten up. You better cut the attitude. I said, those 2 ladies, or that lady, without her, we wouldn't have this. You wouldn't have this honey, and I wouldn't be getting paid. So you need to cut the attitude. That flew all over me. And so when this lady comes back out a few minutes later with a pint jar and says, "Can I get a little bit more from my friend?" And I said, "Absolutely, you can." So I took that pint jar, went up the ladder, and cut some nice pieces of comb. I just packed it out, and then I started up the ladder, started squeezing comb. Honey's running all down the side of the jar, but I'm squeezing comb off, making sure that jar is nice and full so I can run it back by his face to hand it to her. I mean, he pissed me off, but that didn't do anything but add fuel to the fire with him. So now we're both livid with each other. I'm just like, you're the dumbest person I ever met in my life, and he's feeling, you're the most crooked guy. You're giving away something that ain't yours, and it was not a good situation. So we're back and forth. I said, "What do you want to do? You want to quit and go home?" I said, "I'm finishing this job. You quit, go home if you want to." "No, I'm staying to get my honey." I mean, it would probably be comical if I videoed it, but none of that showed up on video, of course, because I'm editing. If you were watching, it'd be comical. But we get up to the wall of the house, and combs just keep going, and they're capped honey, and I'm just like, oh, geez. So I cut in as far as I could reach, which was to my shoulder. I could literally reach arm's length up in there, still wasn't getting to the back of comb. Ended up putting I think I taped a spatula to a extension pole or something. I was reaching in there, cutting combs and sliding it out on a piece of cardboard or something. We get this thing done. I mean, we're filthy. We're tired. Our feet are killing us from being up and down ladders, because he did take some turns on the ladder, and he'd been on up and down scaffold. My shins are bruised from being on a ladder. My back's killing me because I'm dehydrated. My neck is hurting from being like this for 8 straight hours. My shoulders are hurting. I mean, I am wiped, and he's the same way. And so we get this thing done. I'm in such bad shape, I almost left everything laying there and just went home and came back the next day for my tools. But I was pissed off, and I didn't want to see him ever again. And he had to come back to get the hive, because I left the hive up on the open framing of the porch with the brood in it so the bees would go to it. So we get all the hive cut out. I leave the box for the bees to go back to. And I'm packing up tools. I go out front, and he's laid out on the front porch with his 2 5-gallon buckets of tools laying down on the step below him. He's just laying there. And I was like, "Are you all right?" Yeah, I'll be fine. I was, you sure? I'm like, I don't want to leave this dude here to die or something. I'll be fine. I was like, all right, so I'm gone. So I pack up whatever I had left and hit the bricks and called the people to let them know we were done. I said the hive's out. There's a hive there waiting for the bees to go back to it. He'll come back and pick it up in a couple of days. So he did actually, and the bees did go to it. He actually got a good hive out of it. But I was, there's a thing that happens with men. Like you see it a lot in fight sports or in war. When men go to war together, they even the opposing guy, and it happens in boxing and MMA a lot. Two guys fight in a ring. They try to kill each other. Later on, they become best friends. Well, that didn't happen here. we're friends, but I probably see him once every 2 years, maybe. But he's like I say, he's a super odd guy. Last time I saw him, he hadn't worn shoes in like 2 years because he's grounding, which is fine, but he's just different. So that was one of the best cutouts we ever did. Just a odd house and an odd helper, but I attract that kind of person, so that might say more about me than it does about them. And that's how we'll end this video, is on a biggest cutout ever story. And got to figure out my lighting situation. I don't do a whole lot of studio work, so I've got this actual photography light, and there's one on my tripod here pointing at my picture up there. Don't know if it helped any, but that's where we're at. Got my microphone magnet attached to a Pelican case in front of me, and you're watching me on a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And I got my drink here. Got my big microphone up here. Yeah, whatever. That's my studio setup. Not much to it.